Alright guys, I'm pissed. I spent 150 bucks on a pressure washer, which is not pocket change for me, because I was going to get, theoretically, about 20%, 25, 30% greater power out of the unit, which means my time will be spent more effectively and less unenjoyably having to clean stuff like a septic tank or whatever, you know. This happens to be the most disgusting thing I've washed, and probably it would be for you too. So, here it is. Now, first things first, by filling this 1050 gallon septic tank up in less than an hour, this hose bib, which is a full port or close to it, 3/4 inch ball valve, outputs greater than 18 gallons per minute, which is approximately double the average hose bib water flow. The water pressure around here varies from 40 to 60 psi. It's almost always 60 psi, but sometimes they have pumps that break down. And there are no kinks in either hose. The main service panel is located here, and then just about 1.5 feet away, in terms of wiring, is this outlet. So there is not much wiring in between the main service panel and the outlet. We're dealing with some pretty decent electricity. This is a watt meter. It measures amps, watts, and volts. This unit is advertised as an 1800 watt unit. It's advertised as consuming 14.5 amps. Amps times volts equals watts. Now, it uses a 14 gauge extension cord of 35 feet. This is also, by the way, a 14 gauge cord. It does not output 1800 watts. In warm weather, it outputs 1540. And on this skinny extension cord, the voltage is reduced, and it outputs about 15 or so. Got a 15-degree tip. It consumes about, with the 40-degree tip, wherever that one is, it consumes about 20 extra watts. So, it consumes 1.8 watts of power when it's plugged in, just in case you want to know. We're looking at 1,574 watts. That's a lot less than 1,800 watts. That's more than 10% less of its advertised power. Now it's going down to 1554. As the unit heats up, the power consumption goes down. Now, let's check out the voltage under load. Not under load, it's 120 right now. That's 117.5. There was another unit I was reading about on, it was either Home Depot or Lowe's, and I was checking out the comments section, and they were tripping a breaker. And you know what? That's the way it should be. It should be powerful. You don't want to waste your time on something that's not powerful. Aside from that though, it's basically a run-of-the-mill unit. It's way heavier than this, but the reel system and the hose is decent. I don't really care for the wand because it's heavy, and this one's lighter weight. It works just fine, so I prefer something that's lighter weight. The advantage to this one is to run the water through. You just put the handle around here, and it'll run the water through when you start it up, and the air gets through the system. So that's convenient. You don't have to have a clamp or little something to jam in there, or God forbid, patience. And it's definitely significantly quieter than the Ryobi unit. 89 decibels. Sometimes you have to turn them on. See, this one shuts off faster than the Ryobi. When you let go of the handle, it basically shuts off. This one has a bit of a lag. Now, there are a certain proportion of you guys who are like, you can't run a pressure washer through an extension cord. Okay, we've got 125 feet of wiring until this outlet, after which we've got 200 feet of wiring. We've got two daisy-chained extension cords of 100 feet each, and it goes in the back of this watt meter, which consumes some power, reduces the voltage further, and we've got 35 feet of cord length there. We want to make sure the voltage is above 110. Now, I understand customer service people not knowing what wattage means, alright, but doing the online customer service and then doing the on the phone customer service, both times they basically fell silent when asked if it was out of spec. I couldn't get an answer. How many watts is this unit expected to consume if it is functioning properly? No answer. And no like effort to get an answer. That's shady. And then they asked me if the pump and motor were original. I have no idea. It was a used unit bought on eBay from their used item store on eBay. And then I'm like, okay, well, let's check. You know, what model numbers of pumps and motors do you use? I can just look it up. I could open up the unit and check whether it matches any of the items that you've ever used to see whether it's been replaced inadequately. And she's like, that's above my pay grade. Just avoiding the whole thing. And that's effed up, man. It's not a healthily functioning company, I think. It's not like good customer service. I don't think it's a great company. I suspect that this pressure washer gets its accolades from just being popular. Popularity does wonders for reputation. I mean, it's not a bad unit, but it's not to spec. And I think there's a reason why it doesn't have the certification from the pressure washers group that the Ryobi units get certification from. Probably because it's a misleading advertisement. But I can't say for sure, because, I mean, who has that information? I don't. But, wouldn't do it again. I'd get a different unit. The competition's fierce at the top end for a more powerful unit. And this one's advertising itself as being 14.5 amps, 1800 watts. It's advertising that it's at the top of the pack. And it does not deliver the specs that it says it delivers. It does not perform.